tries to come after, but his feet are controlled by Rudeos magic and he can only throw his sword at Rudeos in anger. Ghislaine arrives in time to destroy the sword when Rudeos is about to be hit by it. She passes through the gangsters at great speed, and they instantly turn into pieces. This is the first time Rudeos has seen a murderous scene, and he realizes that the world is crueler than he ever imagined. When Iris returns home, she comes back to her former arrogant look. Fortunately, she recognizes Rudeos and allows him to become her teacher. Rudeos' first job isn't easy. Iris is a kid who hates studying and is only interested in Ghislaine's swordsmanship. When Rudeos tutors her, she tries various methods to escape. Once, Rudeos finds Iris in the stable who has skipped class and is asleep on a haystack. He suddenly has a bad idea and puts his hand into her skirt. This action wakes Iris up and causes Rudeos to be beaten. I think he deserves it. In his dull work, Rudeos' only entertainment is to make statues of relatives and friends to ease his homesickness. Once, while wandering, he notices someone selling an item that can stimulate desire, and secretly purchases it, intending to use it on Iris. It's a pity that he accidentally breaks the item as soon as he gets back home, and Ghislaine is well informed and sees through Rudeos' intention. The innocent Iris is piqued by curiosity and threatens Rudeos to confess, but he doesn't dare to say anything. The fuss is passing by time, and Iris is about to celebrate her 10-year-old birthday. Rudeos is asked to instruct her in dancing. Iris's dancing skill is so bad that it drives Rudeos crazy. Rudeos feels that he should prepare a birthday present for Iris, and to earn some money, he sells Roxy's statue. Soon after, Rudeos receives a letter from Roxy and a book. Roxy is teaching magic to a prince who, like Rudeos, is lecherous and harasses her often. The prince recently has purchased a statue of her, which is precisely carved out of the details of her body. Roxy writes in the letter that she has never encountered anything so bizarre. Rudeos realizes that it is a statue he has made, lamenting the coincidence of fate. Rudeos then flips through the book Roxy has given him. The book contains all kinds of strange knowledge, including the language of the demon clan. Rudeos learns the language out of curiosity, although he doesn't know when he will be able to use it. On Iris's birthday, her family holds a grand banquet. A noble boy offers to invite her to a dance. Unfortunately, she dances so badly that she is mocked by onlookers. At this time, Rudeos takes Iris's hand. He has previously taught Iris to dance, and he knows best what kind of beat is suitable for her and what movements will not embarrass her. They cooperate to complete a wonderful dance that wins everyone's applause. Iris smiles brightly. In the evening, Rudeos gives a wand to Iris and Ghislaine respectively, because he has also taught Ghislaine to learn magic. They are so happy that Iris shows her gratitude for the first time. In the blink of an eye, Rudeos has been here for 3 years. During this time, he notices 2 interesting pieces of information. One is that a suspicious red sphere appears in the sky, but no one knows what it is and nobody bothers to pay attention to it. The second is that Paul was the heir of the family and he left the family for his freedom. Because of Rudeos' noble bloodline, Iris's family often looks for opportunities to woo him. On Rudeos' 10th birthday, Iris's family carefully prepares a birthday party for him, and the present is an expensive magic wand. He pretends to shed tears and thanks them. Iris's mother hugs him and offers to marry Iris to him. Iris doesn't know that the family is wooing Rudeos, and protests with a blushing face. After the banquet, only the mayor and Rudeos remain in the hall. The mayor tells Rudeos that he comes from a big family and unfortunately he cannot be granted the status of the heir. He wants Rudeos to marry Iris, and he wants to use Paul's family to become the head of the family. Rudeos doesn't want to get involved in the power struggle of the big family and pretends to hear nothing. But there are things that people can't run away from. Rudeos sees Iris sitting on his bed in his pajamas when he returns to his room. He comes around that it is arranged by the mayor, and he tries to stay calm but is quickly defeated by desire. When he is about to take the final steps, Iris shyly breaks free. She says it is too soon to do the last step and that Rudeos should wait at least 5 more years, and flees the room. Rudeos realizes that he has just lost his mind, but he is glad that Iris rejects him. Meanwhile, weird things are happening everywhere. Monsters frequently invade the human world, and the demon race seems to intend to invade the continent where humans are located. When Rudeos takes Iris and Ghislaine outdoors to test his wand, some black swirls appear in the sky. At this time, a man with a mask suddenly shows up and attacks them, claiming to be the messenger of the hero. He thinks that the strange celestial phenomena is caused by Rudeos, but in fact, Rudeos has not yet cast magic. The masked man suddenly senses that incoming danger and rushes away. Then, the red spheres and vortexes in the sky turn into a blue pillar of light. It seems like the apocalypse. When Rudeos regains consciousness, he changes back to his previous life, which is his soul. A white god comes to Rudeos. The god has always been interested in Rudeos, kindly telling Rudeos that when he wakes up, he will meet a man and that Rudeos must trust and help the man. Rudeos hates himself for the way he is and wants to leave right away. The god readily agrees. Rudeos opens his eyes and finds that he is in a strange place. He sees only Iris and a man with green hair and ruby on his head. Despite Rudeos' fears, he chooses to believe in God and tries to communicate with the men in the language of the demons. The green-haired man, named Roward, claims to be the one who saves Rudeos and Iris, and he speaks human language. That's when Iris wakes up to see Raoard, screaming and crying in horror. Raoard laments that this is the reaction of a child, and he is surprised that Rudeos is so calm. Reassured by Rudeos, Iris is no longer so wary of Raoard, but she still can't help but shiver. Raoard takes them to the village of the Demon Clan, where a group of purple-haired demons lives, and Roxy is from this village. The demons are wary of Rudeos and Iris until they see that Rudeos has an amulet given to him by Roxy and take them in. It is here that Rudeos learns about Raoard's story. Raoard belongs to a race with a strong sense of honor. 400 years ago, the demon god transferred the curse he suffered to them by giving them some spears. Spears with curses made them lose their minds and went around killing and even killing their families. At that time, Raoard's son sacrificed his soul to awaken Raoard. For 400 years Raoard helped the weak everywhere in order to change the reputation of his race. Rudeos thinks of Raoard living 400 years of exclusion and sympathizes with Raoard. After a short break, Raoard takes Rudeos and Iris to the human continent. On the way, they pass a city of orcs. Rudeos dyes Raoard's hair blue to prevent Raoard's identity from being exposed. They sign up as adventurers in order to earn the money for the journey. Other adventurers see that they are not famous adventurers, mocking them for being only worthy of the task of finding kittens, which can only make very little money. This statement is indeed true. As new adventurers, they can only take on some simple tasks. Rudeos takes his companions to a hotel to rest. Tired, he quickly enters a dream, and once again meets the White God. The god guides him on a mission to find the kitten, which is puzzling to him. He wakes up in the confusion and looks for the kitten with his companions. The ruby on Raoard's head is equivalent to his third eye, which senses the breath of living things, and he takes Rudeos and Iris to a cave where many predator pets are held. Only then do they realize that the kitten in the commission turns out to be a panther. Later, Raoard ties up the orcs who are guarding the beasts. Rudeos asks them for information but is kicked away by a red orc. Little does he expect that Raoard will kill the red orc for this, on the grounds that he will not tolerate any crime and will not allow anyone to harm the child. During later interrogation, Rudeos and others learn that they are adventurers who complete their commission by stealing pets. Raoard intends to kill them, much to the anger of Rudeos and Iris. They believe that Raoard's random killing will make the reputation of Raoard's race worse. Raoard calls off in silence. Immediately after, Rudeos makes a deal with these adventurers. After that, these adventurers will give him some dangerous tasks that they dare not perform. Meanwhile, Roxy travels to Rudeos' hometown and anxiously searches the list of victims. She notices that Paul has left a commission to search for his family, and it turns out that Paul and his family have been separated. At this time, Rudeos' team receives a commission to come to a gloomy forest. Strangely, 3 teams receive this commission. Raoard notices that a nearby team is surrounded by a giant python and a large spider. He is about to save them but is stopped by Rudeos. Rudeos believes that they will gain other adventurers' gratitude if they help them when they are in the most dangerous situation, and he can use magic to heal them. Unexpectedly, a moment later, a birdman is killed, and Rudeos is stunned. Raoard and Iris rush to join the fight, killing the monsters. Raoard yells furiously at Rudeos, unable to accept that an adventurer who has a chance to survive dies because of Rudeos' scheming. The companion of the birdman cries and says that when they become adventurers, they have long been determined to face death. She believes that the cause of Birdman's death is that they miscalculate the difficulty of the task. Rudeos feels extremely guilty and escorts the Birdman's companions out of the forest. When Rudeos and his companions return to the forest, they meet the target of the commission, a huge red snake. It has a pigman in its mouth. This time, Rudeos does not hesitate and immediately launches an attack on the red snake, forcing it to spit out the pigman. Iris waits for the opportunity to approach the red snake and slashes at its body. Red Snake sees that Rudeos is a magician who is not good at fighting and rushes toward him, only to be caught by Raoard. Iris takes the opportunity to slash at the red snake with all her might, cutting off its body. In the end, Rudeos blasts the red snake with magic and the fight is over. Unfortunately, the injured pigman is dead. They sadly return to the city and a horseman stops them. He abuses a female adventurer who works with Rudeos and asks about their deal with Rudeos. He threatens Rudeos to hand over half of the honorarium or the Adventurers Guild will disqualify Rudeos' team as adventurers. Just as Rudeos is about to use magic to punish the horseman, Raoard washes the dye off his hair with water. Everyone notices his green hair and runs away in terror. Raoard puts his hands around the horseman's neck and orders him not to tell their secrets. The horseman has lost the courage to threaten them and faints in fright. Their dispute catches the attention of the army, and Raoard sees the army arriving and quickly flees. At this time, Rudeos notices that even the Birdman's companions are afraid of Raoard and asks in confusion why they are afraid of their rescuers. This statement makes the Birdman's companions feel ashamed. Later, Rudeos and Iris find Raoard in the suburbs. Raoard says that a true warrior should not kill at will, but fight for those who he wants to protect. He will continue to protect them and restrain himself. He shaves his hair and covers the ruby with a headband so that people will not fear him. After that, the 3 of them continue on the adventure. They will encounter more difficulties in the future, but I believe that they will also continue to grow in difficulties. This is the end of the anime. The stories about the demon clan in this drama always make me contemplate. Sylphiette is often abused by other children simply because her hair is as green as the dreadful demons. These kids have never wanted to get to know her race, but I think even if they have, they would continue to abuse her. Their actions are never motivated by justice, just like the people who once abused Rudeos. However, my attitude towards Rauert is complicated. He has killed many innocent people, though not from his intentions. Later, he helps the weak everywhere in order to atone for his sins but often gives excessive punishments to the abuser. A leopard can't change its spots. I hope that in the future he will be guided by Rudeos and Iris to carry out justice reasonably. Do you think Rauert can overcome his nature and be a better guy? Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments section. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Your support means a lot to me. I hope my channel can get better and better. Bye.